Hello. Okay, we're live. Hey guys, happy Friday. Um, I have something really fun to talk about today. So if you can hear me, give me a hello. Tell me where you're watching from today. Give hashtag live if you're here with us live or replay. And I really want you to let me know as I talk through this, what resonates with you and where you feel like your own disconnects are today. Okay, so we're talking about why you haven't invited God into your weight loss journey and what that actually might mean and where that there may be a disconnect between what you maybe thought it meant before. Okay, so let me just start by saying, okay, I have seen it all with weight loss programs. Okay, so I've talked to a lot of you and you've told me about your struggle and how you've tried paleo and keto and Weight Watchers and Noom and all the things. If that's you, if you've tried it all, then give us a little insight into what you've tried. But why do they not stick, right? And maybe they work for a while and then you lose the weight and something happens and you cycle back to where you were. So it's just a hopeless, frustrating, despairing process, right? Because you get the hope and then you get back to where you were and then you recognize all that work that you had to do. You can relate. Let me know. So I want to talk through what's missing and why you keep cycling. So if you're kingdom minded mom, or if you're considering maybe like, how do I let God into this journey? I want to, again, first let you know it's not your fault. You haven't been given this information. You have always believed that you just have to get some grit, right? And just figure it out and always live in with this sense of feeling hungry and feeling I don't know, like this is just the thorn in your flesh and it's something you're going to have to deal with. So I'm here to encourage you that it's not, and this is what you need to do. Actually, first, let me ask a question. So what comes to mind when you consider inviting God into your weight loss journey? What does that mean to you? I'd love to hear in the comments. What does that mean? A lot of times when I ask women this, they say, well, I'm just praying for willpower, praying for the motivation to stick with it. And that's fine. But honestly, I don't think that's going to change. It might help. Okay. But I think there's something else that we need to do. Maybe it means, like diving more into scripture. And again, that's amazing. Like, I think that's a great thing to do, but how do you specifically go through the process of uprooting what's keeping you stuck with God in your weight loss journey? How do you do that? Here's what I believe you have to do. Okay. 4 things. So I want you to let me know as I go, which one of these you feel like you need the most help with. Okay. Number 1, number 1 thing that we go through to help you to have kingdom led weight loss is to get really clear on your identity. Now, this word is thrown out a lot. So what does that even mean? Okay. And why does that have anything to do with your weight loss? So I want you to just imagine when I say that you are a daughter of God, the creator of the universe designed you, and you have the access to abundance, to whole living, to living as your healthiest self, to living with confidence, to living as the most full and wonderful version of you. What comes to mind when I say that? Do you feel resistance? Do you feel like that's not true or applicable to you? Or are you able to accept that? Um, so that's the first thing that we have to get clear on, identity. The next thing is digging up lies. So if you continue to cycle from diet to diet, and then you go back to self-sabotage, or you go back to believing things about your journey that may not be true, then we have to help you to dig up the lies. There are deeper roots that are keeping you stuck, and we have to help you to identify what those are. Sometimes it goes back to some sort of trauma, something spoken over you. And we have a whole process of helping you to dig that up and then to throw them away, right? To validate that, yeah, that happened to me, but it's not the thing that defines me. So that's number 2, digging up lies. So number 1 is identity. Number 2 is digging up lies. So let me know which of these you can kind of relate with. Okay, number 3, as we go through this process, once we get clear on who you are without all the junk that the enemy has tried to put on you, number 3 is getting really clear on your purpose. And this is the fun part, right? So you get to co-create, you get to be a co-heir, you get to do things with God in order to advance his kingdom, to restore our piece of heaven on earth. So do you know what that is for you? Are you excited about it, or do you have no idea? And we dive in a lot to, this can be several subsects of your life, right? It could be at home, it could be in business, it could be a lot of different places, but getting really clear on this and having the discernment to know where God is calling you to right now, it's really, really important. And then the number 4 piece is declaring that over your life. Even if you don't fully believe it, like believing God's promises and declaring who you are without this burden of excess weight. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you were not designed to live with a burden of excess weight. That's not who you are. That's a lie. And once you believe that, once you recognize that you don't have to live with this thing that you're thinking about every single day and feel miserable about, when you recognize that there's hope, then you get to declare that story, the story that heaven says about you, the story that God has written for your life. And life is amazing and free without that, right? So starting to declare and believe it and walking in that, we were talking in a meeting I was in this morning just about how hope is like believing that something is going to happen in your life. But faith is already doing the happy dance about it, right? But believing that what God said about you, you can already believe it, it's coming into existence. So what does it mean? And why have you not invited God into your weight loss journey? I bet you're missing one of these 4 steps. You're missing the identity piece. So this is the core. You can't move on to any of the other steps unless you understand this, who you are. The lies, digging up the lies, and that goes right along with it. Figuring out where there's a disconnect between who God says you are and who you believe you are. And then once you can move on from that piece, we get really excited about your purpose and then declaring a new story over your life. So I would love, love, love to hear numbers 1 through 4. Which one, or maybe multiple, do you feel like you want to grow in? And I have good news. If you feel like, man, I want to learn more about this, guys, I'm offering you the opportunity to be a part of our group this month. So I normally charge a lot more for coaching. And because this is new and because I believe so strongly in the breakthrough that's going to happen when you can really dive into each of these topics week by week, process with the Holy Spirit, get clear on where the disconnects are, you're going to have so much breakthrough in your weight loss journey. These are the pillars that lead to the entire rest of it. If you struggle from diet to diet to diet, going on another diet is not going to work. Trying another fitness plan is not going to work because you're not doing the hard work. You're not doing the work at the core of who you are and recognizing how life is going to be so much better without this and how you do it. And how you do that is going through this process. I'm going to teach you how. So if you want to know how you can take all this information that I went over today and go and it's a process, you guys. Like you have to be, this isn't something you're just interested in. You have to be committed to going through the process this summer. It's going to be the summer that changes your life with your weight loss. This is going to be the summer where everything changes. And I can say that with confidence because I've seen that in my clients. I've seen that the people who grasp this, who understand at the core of who they are, and they get really excited about the things God is doing through them without this burden, they're the ones who are losing 40, 60, 70 pounds already within the year. And that can be you. So if you want to know how to do this heart work, this spiritual work, this work on the ultimate breakthrough solution, I truly believe that, because once you learn this, you cannot unlearn it. You can take all the information you learn from every single diet plan, and that's fine. It's great information. Knowledge is powerful, but you're going to keep going back to the same old thing. And if you know that there's a missing link here, so let me help you. So I just want you to type in keys. So like Kingdom Keys, type in, I want the keys, I'd love information, or just reach out to me and let's get you set up with that. So again, it's a 4-week coaching program. It's only $297. So if you break that down over the 4 weeks, I mean, that's really affordable health coaching, you guys. And this is going to, again, help you to set up those 4 pillars of what you need to do to move forward, to take control of your health for the rest of your life. So let me know. I reach out, just drop keys in the comments if you want more information about how to do this whole thing. I promise it's going to be worth your time. I've been working with other people to develop this as well. My husband's helping me too, and he is awesome. I'm really excited, and you'll get to meet some of the gals in Fit Moms Academy. It's a pretty big deal, you guys. So if you want one of the spots, let me know. We only have 25. We already have 7 people enrolled, and we just opened the doors. So over the next 10 days, it's going to fill up. So we would love for you to be a part of that. Okay. If you have questions, I just reach out to me and we can chat through that. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you feel encouraged that you are not stuck in your weight loss journey. If that's where you feel, you are not stuck, and there is hope. And if you go back and look at some of in the guide section, look at some of the client testimonials, look at our video from last Friday with Tyler and Melissa, you guys can just understand that there are people who feel the way you feel, who feel like this is just a battle that you're always going to have and you can't break free. And maybe you feel shame. So you've just held it back and you don't want to come forth. If that's you, I just want to encourage you that there's hope, and we're going to show you how. Okay. You guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you soon.